The dramatic encounter on Sunday between U.S. President Donald Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un 4 months following a no-deal outcome in Hanoi has raised expectations for another denuclearization summit between the two leaders earlier than expected. And with Trump expressing his intent to invite Kim to Washington, the two leaders discussing denuclearization over burgers might become a real possibility. Should it be realized, then it would be a return visit by Kim to the U.S. and the first time a North Korean leader is setting foot on American soil. The surprise face-to-face meeting on Sunday and their decision to resume working-level dialogue in the coming weeks was a clear indication that Pyongyang and Washington will maintain their top-down approach. But in order to prevent the leaders from leaving any future summits empty-handed, as they did in Hanoi, watchers are saying the two sides this time seem to be willing to put in a sufficient amount of time and effort in working-level negotiations before the next Kim-Trump meeting. There are both optimism and skepticism about their latest encounter. Of course, some say the latest Kim-Trump meeting was all for show. But there are also those who say that reality show theatrics would be worth it if they lead to effective working-level talks. According to the more optimistic pundits, Kim and Trump meeting at a place that symbolizes decades of conflict and division and reaffirming their trust and commitment to dialogue shows that Pyongyang and Washington are now back on track towards a new type of relations free of nuclear threats. And although the two failed to reach an agreement in Hanoi, there are hopes that their Panmunjom encounter could act as a stepping stone towards a more regular summit between the two leaders. And then there's Trump's potential invitation for Kim to visit the White House. If a third North Korea-U.S. summit were to be held in Washington, the venue itself would hold great political and diplomatic significance. It'll be a symbolic event, creating a substantial momentum to end decades of hostilities and normalize Pyongyang-Washington ties. Plus, analysts say a trip to the U.S., a country representing free market capitalism, could possibly show the North Korean leader's determination to open up to the outside world. The next summit between Kim and Trump would largely depend on the pace of progress in the working-level talks. But whether either side would be willing to take a more softened, flexible stance still remains to be seen.